Welcome back to Grilling with Grove. Before we get started cooking today, let me show you the t-shirt that I'm wearing. Had this shipped out as an early birthday present from my mom. Just a nice little quality t-shirt. It's got my logo on it, so I'm definitely happy to have these. It makes for a little bit better quality video. Let's get started with this cook. Today what we have is some pork ribs, and we're going to do those Cadillac cut style. If you don't know what that is, I'm about to show you, so stay tuned. So here's a good look at our pork ribs, and as you can see, these don't have a lot of meat on them, so that's one reason why I decided to Cadillac cut them. And my plans for these ribs are we are going to direct grill them to make them more of a hot and fast rib. So what the Cadillac cut is what you're going to do is you're going to find a bone. So say this bone. What you're going to do is cut on the far side of that bone, so here, and then what you're going to do is cut the inside of the next bone. And what this does is it gives the most meat between the bones that you can get. So let me slice these up and show you how it's done. First thing you're going to want to do is flip them over. And then you're going to want to find the bones. So for this one, I noticed that we're just going to square these off is what we're going to do. So we're going to discard that. And then so this is a bone. So you're going to go inside of this bone. Boom. So this is just the bone, and then we're going to go outside of the next bone. So this is the next bone. What we're going to do is go right up next to the bone next to that. And then so literally, this has the most meat on it that you can get. And so that's going to be what we call a Cadillac cut. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these ribs, and then we'll get back to you. So this is what we got here, so let me show you this. So as you can see, there's meat on either side of that bone because of the way we cut them. And due to the quality of the ribs that I can get here, this is going to be perfect for the grill. So what we're going to do is direct grill these, but before we do that, we're going to get them in a marinade. So let me show you that marinade, and we'll get that together, and then we'll get them seasoned up. We're back, and we've got the ribs in a Ziploc bag, and we've added some BBQ sauce. And the vinegar from this sauce is going to break down these ribs and help tenderize them. And that way, even though we're grilling them, we're still going to get them just as tender as if we had slow smoked them. So what you're going to want to do is after you put the sauce in the bag, you're going to want to massage the ribs. And that way, that sauce gets into all the nooks and crannies of the rib, and you can make sure that the vinegar touches every part of that rib to break it down. Now we're going to put these in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll get back when we're ready for grilling. Pulled our ribs out of the marinade, and we actually used that marinade to soak our wood chips. We got some hickory wood chips. We're gonna get those soaking while the fire gets going. We're gonna season the ribs with some of that homemade pork rub. Go ahead and use the homemade pork rub from the last video. I'm gonna season these up and get back with you. Here's a shot of the ribs rubbed up. Remember to keep the membrane on the ribs or else they're going to fall apart when you're direct grilling them. So we're going to go membrane down for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're going to flip them over and go 2 to 3 minutes on the front side. And then we're going to move them over to the indirect side and let them finish cooking. Here's a look at those ribs. A couple of them got a little charred because they were over the wood chips that caught fire. That's okay. We flipped them over and moved them around. And after we're done here, we're going to go to the indirect side and let them get tender. All right, there's a shot of the ribs, and we did a lot better on that side. We got some nice char, but they're not burned. So what we're going to do is go about 30 minutes indirect heat and see where they're at. We're back. You saw a shot of those ribs, and they've got a nice little char on them. We went to the indirect side at about 350 to 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. So total cook time for these ribs, about 35 minutes. A very nice way to do fast ribs if you don't have the time to slow cook them. So let's get into the taste test. Got a nice little rib there. Very good, clean bite. Still tender, even though that we went hot and fast with these. Definitely get more of that grill flavor, which I like. Not really sweet on that rub, and that sauce is not sweet, so you get kind of a spicy, tangy rib still. Definitely like how the marinade with that barbecue sauce worked out, and I'll definitely be doing these again. All right, everyone, if you like what I'm doing, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell for notifications, and you won't miss another video. All right, see you on the next one.